Jameson, he's at it for year number 8, the former goaltender of the year in 1920. An insane goals against through 2 games, 6.85. Joe Nardella, the face-off man for Albany. Justin Inacio in his 2nd year.
And a minute and a half in, the Albany Firewolves strike first at home.
Kurtz with a pair of goals in the win over Toronto last week. In the matchup with Calgary last year at the Saddle Dome, he scored 3 goals and 1 on the power play. 4th of the season for Kurtz.
His team and the Roughnecks are on the board as well.
A high draft pick in 2022, 9th overall, a loaded draft when you look back on it now with the offensive talent. Simmons, Kurtz, and now in Calgary Roughnecks colors, Matthew.
Reset yourself, get a better angle, and fire it by for the lead.
Folks, John Piatelli was an all-rookie team selection a few years ago. A season overall the Firewolves want to forget because they won just 3 games.
Up for Kurtz, and he finds Twine.
Ty Kurtz logged 10 multi-goal games in his rookie season. He's got 2 in the first 5 minutes to
catch up with because it starts low and it finishes low right through the 5-hole on Doug Jameson. Power play goal, and it's a 1-goal game again. And Brendan, I have to tell you, I would imagine that this is going to be, and boom, it's off Walker's stick. And the Firewolves are back ahead by 2 in the power play, which looked better this season. Brendan strikes again.
Glenn Clark, the NLL Coach of the Year and General Manager of the Year last season.
Ethan Walker joins the party with a pair.
Again, folks, the ball must cross the goal line before the shot clock hits 0. It's not a matter of whether or not the ball was out of Walker's stick. The ball has to be over the goal line. They confirm the call downstairs thanks to Mark Heinz, who's manning the shot clock tonight.
Yes.
Trying to figure out how I want to toss my teddy bear from all the way up in the stands.
It's gonna be quite the heave from up there. Yeah, that's really been the game prep today. Not notes or studying or anything. How are we gonna throw this? Exactly when to cut to that far post to get that look on net, and he had a lot of room to shoot when he did.
Cook had a hat trick against Halifax last week. Gold medalist just like Eli Salama at World Indoors. Again, folks are waiting to throw their teddy bears onto the floor. Could this be the opportunity where it develops? The young fans are antsy, right? You know, Tyson Williams, folks were wondering after not scoring last week, a lot of expectations. I mean, he did just meet an expectation, allowing people to toss teddy bears onto the floor.
That's a pretty good resume item for game 3 of your NLL career. I know Coach Clark tells his rooks on the right side of this offense where he's able to set the pick low. It allows Dixon to get a one-on-one matchup up high, and as soon as he takes that first powerful stride around the corner, it's hard for any defender to keep up with him. So really impressive on the right side of the offense.
Dixon 7th all-time in goals scored in the National Lacrosse League, only trailing his teammate Dane Dobbie. All-time, Dixon against Glenn Clark and the New England Black Wolves, Albany Firewolves. It's up to 23 goals in 9 games.
Defense and kind of find that same spark that we're so used to with that Toronto Rock group. So I know it's early, but every game means so much with a relatively short schedule here in this league. So dropping to 0-3, not really something you can sustain.
Yeah, some historically low production for the Toronto Rock. And
games with 5 goals, and he's on the board here, and the Firewolves are on the board, the first team on either side to score a goal in the second half.
Pretty incredible playoff run for Firth. He scored 8 goals in the postseason altogether. As you said, that game 2 against Buffalo in the finals, dropping 5. And Glenn Clark says
what this was, but a good call out by you. But a quick review, and they saw exactly what you saw there, Brendan. It wasn't that second bounce off of Jameson. It was that first shot that went in and then off the goaltender and then back in. And we're back to a 2-goal game again.
This crew tonight has been good. Kyle Kropman, Andrew Ecclestone, Brian Searsma. 7-5.
Angle to get that shot away. And again, no panic with the shot clock going down, just everything clicking on that goal for Ethan Walker.
There is balance in Albany's scoring tonight. 5 goals from their left side and then 3 on the right side, thanks to Kurtz and Piatelli. Alex Simmons and Eric Vanel, while they don't have goals.
Brendan, the Firewolves so good shorthanded in terms of generating transition. This was one of Calgary's weak points. They gave up 10 shorties last year, and that was one of the teams that led the league in that category.
Will Johansson in transition has not.
There, Dobbie, quick stick, able to get it off before the defenders adjust. Josh Sanderson, despite his team just scoring a goal, is irate right now on the bench. He threw his clipboard on the bench and was yelling down in the direction, I believe, of his offense, so something was not to the liking of the head coach. For the quick stick on the back door. An absolutely beautiful assist for a goal that makes it 10-6.
The assist of the game brought to you by Eero. John Piatelli with his second goal tonight. When the Firewolves put him in the game, he is ready to go. Made his debut in the 22.
Late to adjust, there was Patrick Kaszczuk, so they kind of have Dane Dobbie on the left side going in and out and trying to find that soft spot to get a shot away. Very similar goal, 2 in a row for Dane Dobbie, who's starting to find his form, and that's not a welcome sight for the home team for sure.
And the Roughnecks, their power play propelled them in the comeback.
Play goals. This time it was just creating from the sidewall, opening himself up, didn't draw the defender quickly enough for the Firewolves, and just wires it by. And just like that, Brendan, we went from, wow, Dane Dobbie hasn't done a whole lot to, oh my goodness, Dane Dobbie is taking over this game here in the fourth quarter, and it's a 1-goal game.
Down by 4, 10-6, 7 goals combined tonight of the team's 10. Dane Dobbie not only has all 5 of his goals in the fourth quarter, he has scored the last 5 goals for the Roughnecks. Tied at 10 with 3.
Very, very nice play to get him open just for a moment, and that's how quickly it takes for Ty Kurtz to get that shot away. Firewolves back in the lead.
First goal in 9 minutes of game action for Albany. How crucial. And this is why last year's run to the finals, while they came up short, they were battle-tested.
Johansson, Dobbie, Piatelli, Dobbie, 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 Kurtz, Dobbie. Unbelievable, incredible.
Dobbie and Dixon have 8 of the team's 11 goals. They both went for 5 last week. Just the second name.
Right.
Had 0 points, no assists, had 5 shots on goal. Key face-off win here. Albany by 1 with 1 and change to play. Inacio as well as Joe Nardella have been just about even when it comes to draws tonight. Talked about some of Calgary's change-ups in the offseason. Not playing with much pace, but again, second, fourth quarter, you have that short bench, and they executed.
You know, from last season, Brendan, they brought back their top 3 scorers, but none of the next 7. They made a lot of changes on offense to try to, as you mentioned, get better 5-on-5, get more consistency.
To begin, Dane Dobbie with an NLL record, 7 goals in a quarter. He did them in the fourth quarter, including 3 game-tying goals. Possession of the Firewolves. Nardella with some help on the wing. Next goal wins here in Albany.